Hey there, welcome to Gardening for Health. Today we are going to take a little quick tour of the garden. I've been kind of promising that in some of my other videos. And the garden is in full swing now. We've done a whole lot of extending this year, so it's a good time to do it. And we'll start with our seating area. We were able to put these little flagstones down that make it look like cobblestones. Got ourselves a nice pergola. And this is a great place. My wife and I love to just sit out here either in the morning, like right now when it's kind of quiet. And as you can see from the chair here, we have a nice view of most of the garden. And when it's quiet in the evening or in the morning, it's a great view. So that's a good start, will be our seating area here. This little corner is what we call our tiki corner, which got mostly tropical plants. That is supposed to be a bird of paradise, that giant guy right there. It's supposed to be a white bird of paradise. It has never flowered, and it has grown gigantic, as you can see. And behind it, you can't even see, but behind it is a actual banana plant, which has flowered once, which was pretty cool. We actually got a big banana flower. This is a regular bird of paradise. We're going to be clearing out the pond here is looking a little wet. You can see we've got our awesome mosquito fish in there. And I've got to clear out that spout so that it'll start working again. Right now it's kind of down, but usually we've got a nice fountain with the water moving. Next we'll start with some of the raised beds. This first one is full of various types of herbs. Most of them are mint, although in the middle here we've got a stevia, but these are various types of mint: peppermint, spearmint, pineapple mint, chocolate mint, all kinds of different types of mint that my wife is growing for. She makes her own teas, herbal teas and regular teas, and so she will pick these, take branches off of them, and dry them and add them to various types of tea mixtures. And let me tell you firsthand, they are pretty good. This next bed is our root bed. Right now, you can see the vast majority, those are carrots. That's carrot tops. And quite a few of them are getting close to being ready to go, ready to be picked. But we have quite a few carrots. There's also some beets in here and radishes. And then these long tubes here, the PVC pipe, as you can see as we get closer, those are indeed carrot tops. We saw a little something else online to give it a try. So we planted carrot seeds in these tubes and we keep them watered. And hopefully the carrot root, because the carrot is a root, will grow all the way down. We have seen people come up with some pretty amazing, extremely long carrots, and I think that'll be great. And if we end up having that, we'll definitely show them on this channel. And these next two beds, right next to each other, we have some yellow squash growing, as you can see in there. We have some zucchini or green squash. We've got several types of chili peppers growing, and as you can see, various varieties of tomatoes. I think we have a total of something like 12 or 13 different tomato varieties going in this garden in the various beds. I'll be pointing out not exactly what they are, but the different types, because we have various beds with tomatoes in them. So this is just one of the beds, and then on this side another bed that is once again peppers, tomatoes, and then you can see in the corners of both of these beds we have planted nasturtium. We did that basically for fun. It doesn't necessarily help or hinder the tomatoes, but as you can see from this one that's doing really well, the colors are fantastic. Nasturtium is a beautiful plant if you can get it going so that it flowers. They are absolutely gorgeous. And technically, like many things in our garden, you're going to definitely sense a theme. Like many things in our garden, technically the nasturtium flower can be added to things like tea and all that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. And there we're going to take a quick peek. This little back patio area is our, as you can see, it's set up for some privacy. And that is our hot tub, inflatable hot tub. It has worked out fantastically for us. That's the back door for our bedroom right there, so we come right out if we want to. The other great thing that this is for is in the winter time when we heat it up. It's great after working in the garden if we were cold, because it's a cold day. We can jump in this right from the garden and jump right in, enjoy a nice soak in the evening, and then go right into our bedroom, towel off, and get dressed for the night. And it works the same way in the summertime. In the summertime, we will keep, as you can see, the temperature is lower. We don't necessarily heat it, but it's warm enough that it's comfortable. And so after working on a hot day in the garden, we come back here, get out of our gardening clothes, and bam, have a nice soak to cool us off in the semi-warm water. It's pretty nice. We'll keep going in circles from our little spa area. Here's the girls. There they are, hanging out. Miss Snow has given us a conundrum. I figured out this morning, I heard some crowing, and I thought maybe it was one of the little pullets was sexed wrong, but no, Miss Snow has decided, even though she is a hen, and I know she is because she's laid many eggs for us, Miss Snow has decided to start crowing in the morning. So I don't know what's up with her, but she needs to stop. Don't you? Yeah. As you can see there, we're going to go ahead and go in. Coming in, ladies. But we have decided to put a bubbler here. The little bubbler water thing is on solar power, so once the sun starts hitting it more, it'll move the water around a little bit better. But other than that, we've started. That's nice and high. It gets the girls to kind of put their beaks over it, and when they get their the under parts of their neck there in the water, especially in the summertime, that helps cool them down. I see you, lady. So that's been a really natural way to water them, and a lot easier than dealing with the waterer thing. This is a lot easier to keep filled up, and like I say, solar powered and all that. There's their run and their coop area, and they're all hanging out for the morning. They're happy because they got their bug treats and all that good stuff. Underneath here you can see we have our 3 new ladies who I was afraid when I heard crowing it was one of them, and since we don't have roosters in the city limits like we live, one of them was going to have to go, but fortunately it wasn't them. It was this lady right here being a smart aleck. You need to stop. But pretty soon, within a few days now, as you can see, they're fully grown, fully feathered. They are about 15 weeks now. So any day now, we are going to be moving the 3 of them and integrating them into this flock. And we'll see how that goes, because you never know. Right? Right. Coming around the other side, this is some of the newer part. For the longest time, as you can see from the stumps, this side of the yard was covered. This was an apricot tree, and this was a pluot tree that we never planted. It just voluntarily grew. A squirrel or something put a seed in the ground and it came up. We thought it was another apricot that was going to replace our friendly apricot over there, but it wasn't. It was a pluot. So this year we had them both removed along with the cherry tree. You can see the stump right there because it stopped producing fruit and started having issues. So we removed these 3 trees, and that opened up this whole side area, which we are now converting back to garden. And we're doing that by, as you can see, we've got a little grapevine there. We got one of these raised beds. We really like these. We've enjoyed having these, adding these to our garden. They're very easy. We were able to mail order these, put them together and put them here. In this one, we've got asparagus, and that's going to be exciting. Another grapevine all alongside the chicken run, as you can see. This is a new one that we've just set up. We haven't got the soil in it yet, but you can see that I've used some of my spare wood to just kind of throw it on the bottom to start a biome going. So we've got that going. Pretty soon we're gonna fill that with dirt and then figure out what we're gonna plant in it. This is our new cherry tree that we've decided, the old one, you can see the stump over there, right there, was a little too close to the fence, hanging over the fence, and like I say, it was too old and started to stop producing fruit, and it was just kind of not doing its thing. So we removed it. We've replaced it with this new one. We've moved that further away from the fence so that it's less of an issue. It'll be easier to prune when we need to do that. And then the strip that we have that's going to be going along, there used to be shrubs here, you can see. We're removing all of those. And then this strip that's going along the fence, I'm going to be tilling that soon, and we're going to use that for a row of corn. Several rows of corn, actually. We should get 2 or 3 rows of corn in this space. So that'll be pretty cool to have that. And then right around the corner, in this corner, we have planted our blackberries. I had a whole bunch that I picked yesterday so we can make some blackberry smash whiskeys. And you can see I've got a whole bunch more that'll be coming very soon. These particular berry plants really like this corner. As you can see, the other berry plants that we planted not doing as well, I think because they're a little more shaded, but usually berry plants do okay in the shade. But you know, this guy's really enjoying and growing and fruiting. These two, not as much. Here we are in the back corner. This would be, for our yard, it would be the southwest corner. And this is part of a corner that we're kind of not doing a whole lot with. That is a crabapple tree, and it's going to be removed soon. Because it produces these apples, but they're useless apples. They're bitter, and they're not very good. And it's just not one, we didn't actually plant it there. It just kind of showed up, and we let it go one year, and there it is. This is an actual real apple tree that we're trying to get. It's a combination Fuji Gala and 2 other types of apples. So we've planted that, and we're trying to get that one to grow better and taller. 2 more grapevines here. The little shed that I was using was part of a greenhouse to hide my lawnmower. Was destroyed in the last wind. It used to sit right here. So the lawnmower is sitting here for now, but that's all right. I don't use the lawnmower for very much anymore because we've gotten rid of most of our lawn. But yes, we're going to try and be taking care of all that, and we have a new storage area for the lawnmower that we will be using. All right, moving along into the shaded part. You can see back here, that's where the beehives were. Right now those are empty. We lost our first 2 hives to what are called robber bees, and that sucked because we didn't even know that was a thing. It's when a wild hive somewhere nearby decides, hey, we're bigger than this other hive that's sitting over here. We have more bees than them, and it's a lot easier to just go in, kill them, and steal all their honey than collecting stuff at the flowers. So that's what they did. They came in, and nothing we did could stop them. Wiped out a whole hive. Well, we ended up getting another hive started and established. My wife and I went on that road trip, came back, and the hive had been wiped out by wax moths. Wasn't that fun? So yeah, eventually we'll get another hive in one or both of these boxes, but for now we are out of the bee business. Here's a new apricot tree. This one, once again, is considered a fruit cocktail. It's several different apricots grafted onto one main stem. Planted him in this area. And as you can see, this is our chessboard easily done with flagstones. We bought a whole bunch of flagstones, the right number that we needed. We painted half of them black, put them down in the pattern, and voila, we've got a chessboard. And we were able to get miniature chess pieces. They're stored over there in one of the bins on the other side of this greenhouse, which I have showed before in the videos. Over here we have our potatoes and sweet potatoes growing. You can see we started these. We put the bags underneath just to kind of keep them more contained. And then you do a layer of soil, a layer of straw, layer of soil, layer of straw, and you keep doing that. And then right now you can see that they're starting to poke up through the top. They're coming out through the sides. So pretty soon we're going to put another layer of straw down and then some more soil, and they keep working their way up. And eventually, when it's time to harvest them, we just dump these over and harvest them out. We once, a long time ago, had a planter bed in this area here, and it was with potatoes, and we kind of let it go wild for a while. And then when we finally tried to take the planter bed out to make room for the new greenhouse and stuff like that, that was a bear. Never do that. Don't let the potatoes just do whatever they want for over a year, because holy mackerel, digging through that dirt, I needed a jackhammer. It was like digging through cement, because wow, those things were crazy, the root balls that were in there. So yeah, but anyway, so we keep them contained now in these nice little things. This is a little area that is constantly under shade from the elm tree here, or the maple tree. And so we've experimented with plants that don't need a lot of sunlight, and they're doing okay so far. So we may extend this out, cover this all with soil, and put more plants like that underneath the tree, because they seem to be doing pretty good. Coming back around by the chicken run, you can see those are the two beds I showed you before. And then this is our extension. We used to have this whole area was just open lawn. And as you can see, we got these nice put together beds and put them together, got the soil in there, and we have now filled them with fun stuff. These are tomatoes, garlic, and onions, all planted in here. Got a little borage growing as well. Oh, look, here's a little friend. I like to do this. We've got ourselves a little friend here who wants to eat my cabbage. Unfortunately for him, he's going to become part of the food cycle himself when I feed him. Yeah, my chickens like to take on the snails. So that takes care of that. Free chicken treats. So in here, cabbage you can see in the middle, 2 tomatoes on either side. I've got some broccoli over there growing. More tomatoes. Got ourselves a little bird bath that doubles up as the wild bees that come by. I've seen them take sips of water here too. And then we'll work our way on the other side over here. You'll see what else I've got for the birds. But this is all mostly either tomatoes, and then growing with the tomatoes we have various types of onion and garlic. Now over here, my wife's pride and joys. These are actual, honest to goodness, tea plants that we got mail order. They were sent over, and they are doing pretty darn well. Once these get large enough to be turned into hedges, she will be able to pluck off leaves, dry them, and she will literally have her own tea. And then with all the other herbs and flowers that I've shown you, and we'll show some more in the garden, she will be able to make her own tea blends, our own private tea blends. It'll be nice. And as you can see, we even started one by seed. And look at that little guy. He showed up about a week ago. That is so awesome. So we've actually got these semi-grown and just transplanted them into the ground. And then we've actually going to grow one by seed. That is really cool. I love it. This is a sunflower that decided to jump up and do its thing. We didn't plant that there. We weren't sure what it was, but as you'll see other places in the garden, we like our volunteers in this garden. We let them stay because they've got good spirit. And it's our sunflower seed that just decided, I'm going to grow here next to this tomato. So it did. Tomato plant. These are, I can't remember the name of the flower now, but they look great when they start to bloom. And they bloom all over our cattle panel. We're back over here by the carrot thing, as you can see. And right here, this is our blue jay, crow, mockingbird station. We've got it all set up. We put peanuts out for them, little seeds and things like that. And as you can see, we've got a camera set up so that I can watch them even from the inside when they're coming to get things. For the crows, sometimes we'll leave shiny little trinkets for them because they like to get that. That attracts them. They enjoy peanuts. The blue jays especially are our biggest takers of this one. They come in all the time, and sometimes the mockingbirds will come in, they'll grab peanuts and they'll fly off, and that's been a lot of fun to enjoy that. And then that goes with our bath over there. They'll come over here, they can get a drink, they can get some food. It's a nice little station for them. Cattle panel we used to bend and turn into a fun tunnel, and we're trying to grow some stuff that's going to climb up on it. Unfortunately, nothing has taken yet. Got our 4 o'clocks going over here. Look at this one little guy has decided I'm not going to be orangey red, I'm going to be purple. Everybody else is the other color. That's pretty good. So we've got 4 o'clocks growing in this. These are the poles that we put little planters around these poles that hold our little light area that sits over our fire pit spot. You can see we saved some of the stumps from the trees that were removed for seats. We also have our chairs in the patio, and we can come on over here and enjoy a nice fire sometimes when it's a burn night. In this one we've got sunflowers. They are gorgeous when they fully bloom, and as you can see there's a bunch of them, so it's going to look nice when they bloom. That opposite corner, more 4 o'clocks. That opposite corner, more sunflowers. So it looks really nice when they're all going and stuff like that. Over here are all different types of flowers, and every single one of these flowers can be used in tea. And that's why my wife has planted them. So you've got things like borage, you've got zinnia, there's bachelor's button and several others that are growing. Not all of them have bloomed yet, but you can see some of them have, and they're pretty nice. So we've got that going on. And then right on this one are some more culinary type of herbs. We've got another mint over here. We've got several types of thyme. We've got a couple of types of basil. So these are all things that we use in our cooking and other culinary stuff. And also, a lot of these things, they're surplus. There's way too much here than we could ever use for cooking, and so they become chicken treats. The chickens love to have that, and also that helps with any kind of odors from the chicken run. You spread some nice thyme and basil and some of that down, and as you can see the rosemary growing over there, and that really helps with any kind of odors and stuff from the chickens. You know, here we just finished this this year, beginning of spring. My wife has set up a pond that has like a little mini waterfall going there. You can see, maybe you can see them, the mosquito fish in that pond. And all of these planters came from my wife's grandmother's yard. She recently moved from down the Central Coast up here to Northern California into a retirement community, and a lot of the stuff she had in her front yard we inherited, brought here, and put into this, set up this nice, what we call memory garden. That's her birds as well, with the bridge behind it. And all of these plants had some kind of meaning for someone in our family. They're either flowers and things that my mother likes, my grandmothers used to enjoy, my wife's grandparents and parents enjoyed them. All of them have some kind of meaning, and they're all growing here in this nice area. We just set up these trellises. There's one there and one there, and we've got our flowers. We've got nasturtium as well as other stuff that's going to be climbing up over these hopefully soon. This little corner, we got some wildness going on. This here is lemon verbena, which has been growing here for quite a while. This is a lot of fun to grab. You can really smell the lemon. It's really incredible. Another herb that can be used in teas, which is one of the things we use it for, rosemary. This is going to be trimmed like a hedge soon, but as you can see right now, it's growing like crazy. Another culinary herb. And then back in this section, we have our artichokes, which are pretty much at the end of our season for us. I saved one artichoke and let it go to flower, and then it will go to seed, and we'll let the seed spread and grow some more. You got a little one growing over there, as you can see. All that good stuff. Down here we have cucumbers growing and some dill. That's our peach tree, which is kind of doing a wild thing. We'll be trimming it up soon. And then our, yes, third pond on the other side of the bridge with some lemon verbena growing next to it. And all three of these ponds have solar powered pumps that keep the water moving, and we have mosquito fish in them. And I've mentioned that a couple of times for those of you wondering what are mosquito fish. They are a breed of fish that, at least here in our county, if you call vector control and say, I've got a pond and I'd like to get some mosquito fish for it, they will come out for free and put a bunch of mosquito fish in your pond. And what they do is they swim around. Technically, you don't even need to feed them or do any of that kind of stuff. They eat mosquito larvae and any of the other bugs and little flies that hang out on the surface of the water. They eat all of those, and they help mitigate the mosquito population in the area. So it's a great program. We've used it several years in a row. All of our ponds always have mosquito fish in them. If I check a pond and it looks like all the fish are gone, either they've died or a predator has taken them out or a bird's gotten a hold of all of them or something like that. It could happen all kinds of different ways it can happen. Then we call vector control and they bring out more mosquito fish. They have found that it is much easier to just give out free mosquito fish to help abate mosquitoes and stuff, and less expensive to do that than like try and enforce all kinds of stuff on private properties and do all that kind of thing. It's just easier to like, hey, just give us a call and we'll bring out free fish. So it works pretty well. And then the last couple of things you can see in the back over there, that's our prickly pear cactus. We got him on the way home last year. Got him in the Death Valley desert area. Not from Death Valley or in the actual desert. We went by a nursery that was selling cactuses and like, oh, prickly pear, yes, we want to try that. And we were in that spirit because we were on a road trip and just enjoying things. So we picked one up at the nursery, brought it home. Here it is in our back corner. Gets plenty of sun and does pretty well. I already showed you the peach tree. And then here we go. We've already seen the greenhouse, but that's where the greenhouse is. Oh, and this bin over here is where we keep our giant chess pieces for our giant chessboard. And we're at the back fountain. And as you can see over there, our solar panels right there. Pretty much everything, all the pumps here, all these lights you see, the lights on those poles, all of that stuff is all solar powered. The cameras we have in the garden are rechargeable battery powered. So we have very little power lines needed to go out here into the garden and stuff like that. It's as much as we can, we've powered it by the sun, and that works pretty well. And you can see we have a couple of windmills. That taller one we got from my wife's grandmother's yard. And if my wife, being the engineer she is, it is possible that we can set those up to a system where they can generate electricity. That'll take some doing, probably a summertime project if she's decided to do that. But so there we go, little tour of the garden. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we see you next time.